The man treats the woman like a house girl. Talk to her there anyhow. I'll go and sit down like this. No. The guy forced the lady to abandon the university. Say, I cannot wait. And in any case, what do you say? It's money to take care of you. I have enough to take care of you. Because he was working in the oil company and he had a lot of money. So eventually the lady abandoned the university. She was studying accounting and they got married. 2 years afterwards, she called one of the classmates that they were friends in school. That lady was serving in Mina, so we were together in the office when she called. It was when she called, she told me, "Sir, this is what is happening. That in the home, the man stopped her from touching the television. That if you touch television, they say, come on, go and sit down. You, in your life, have you ever worked to earn money to buy television? You are touching television in this house." That is a marriage where the woman is not valued. So, the same, sometimes you see is even the woman also, the way he addresses the man without any value, that will not help. So, knowing the needs for value, for security, for companionship, and the desire for affirmation. When the woman complained that after 15 years, abandoned and went to the mother's house, and the man came back, and the man was wondering, we didn't fight this morning before I left. What happened? So he went to while looking for her, he went to the mother-in-law and found the wife there. What happened? He said, I'm not interested again. What happened? He said, when last did you tell me I love you? I told you when we got married now, the day of wedding. I've not changed my mind. But it's because she needs constant affirmation. So, knowing the need for affirmation. That's number 3. Number 4, to understand your spouse means you appreciate and acknowledge his or her God-given uniqueness. We are created differently. Marriages will have issues when you want your spouse to be like you. You want her to think like you. You want him to approach issues like you. There will be problem. So you must understand this person's uniqueness. Okay, this is the way you are configured. I appreciate it. This is the way you are. I appreciate it. And you relate together with that understanding. And then you understand each other's communication styles. Communication styles. In this environment, a lot of people are brought up in such a way that every communication is accusatory. It's accusation. They don't know how to make explanation. You come and find a plate unwashed. They will say, you have not washed this plate. Have you been busy this morning? No. It's to say, why have you not washed this plate? Why have you not washed it? The tone, the inflection, everything is accusatory. If your spouse is like that, just understand it and begin to work about it. Understand the communication styles. And then understand part of the communication style is to understand the body language. The body language. How when the woman needs attention, she will not come and tell you that, give me attention. There's a way she will send the message. I see the choristers, they are looking at me. You think, I won't show you. I will leave it to you, because the way your own spouse will send the message may be different from the way my spouse has been sending his messages all this while. But there's a way she will send the message. The same way too, when a man needs a feeling, wants to feel valued, wants to feel that I'm here, there's a way. So you need to try and understand that body language. So that's why sometimes when you come back from work and you sense some body language, you know that this body language, na shakara, you know shakara. There's a man, he came back from the work. By the time he was coming, he was about to step into the house, he was receiving a call. So receiving the call until he stepped in, the wife had been waiting. He stepped in, went, sat down in the sitting room, and was still on the call. He was on the call for about 10, 15 minutes. By the time he stopped the call, wahala start. The woman don't change face. Don't go kitchen. So he went there to see the woman. You didn't even greet me. Turn the face. Anything, he said nothing. And when the woman say nothing, don't believe her. He said nothing. Nothing. So he went to the room to remove his clothes to do this. I said, so he came back. Meanwhile, the wife had prepared the dinner and set it on the table. Usually they will eat together. Set on the table and she was busy in the kitchen. He came out. Oh, yeah, darling, come, let us eat now. I'm not hungry. All because she needed attention. She had been waiting for you. So even when you enter and you are on a call, it's either you tell the person, please hold on. But if it is a call that you cannot say hold on, acknowledge her. Just hug her. Just do something. Do something. It's because he didn't do something. So it became an issue. That body language, you need to understand it. And then you need to understand past influences. Whoever we are today is a summation of who we have been while growing up. Our upbringing, our experiences, that is what forms who we are today. So you need to understand where she's coming from. We are all from different backgrounds. If somebody is from a buoyant family and he was not taught to manage things, that one, at this economy, if he's receiving 3 million naira per month, before the end of the month, you finish. Because that's the way. They just go and buys this, and buys that. They will just walk to the supermarket, pack biscuit and this and that and that, and come home. They bring you biscuit. There's a family I'm involved in like that. When the guy brought biscuit, he said, in my house, they didn't bring me up to be taking biscuit. If I want to eat, I'll go to the kitchen and cook. But the guy came from that type of background. Buy things. Go just spend money anywhere. So you need to understand the background and where that person is coming from. And then you need to understand the pressure that your spouse may be facing now. Present pressures. Is it pressure at work? Is it pressure in the home? Is it pressure from the family? Is it pressure from friends? In some cases, it could be pressure from the church or pressure from wherever. You need to understand the pressure that your spouse is passing through so that you can really understand that. So that is what it means to understand your spouse. So why do you need to understand your spouse? If you don't understand your spouse, you cannot build intimacy. You know there are couples that they don't reveal the content of their hearts to each other. They have confidence, different confidence. He's doing something this one doesn't know. That is because they don't understand each other. So now to build deeper intimacy, there's need for you to understand your spouse. Because when you build intimacy, each person will feel safe. In a marriage, you need to feel safe and secure and valued and fulfilled in that marriage. Then you can now open up and be vulnerable because you trust the other person. So in order to build deeper intimacy, you need to understand your spouse. Secondly, when you understand your spouse, it minimizes conflicts and misunderstanding. The frequency of misunderstanding will reduce. Some spouses, some people, they joke with a lot of things. You will know if he says something, whether he's joking, you will know. And the one that is serious, you will know. An outsider may not understand that if I say something, they may take it personal. But because my wife knows me, if I say it to her, she won't take it personal because she knows who I am and I know who she is. So it's necessary for you to understand in order to minimize conflicts in your relationship. And then in order to build mutual respect and honor. in a marriage, to have mutual respect and honor. Much as we say the woman must respect her husband, there's honor, there's respect that the woman also needs to get from the man. And you must treat your spouse with respect. It's not only the responsibility of the woman to understand you as a man. You also need to understand her. And it's not only her responsibility to honor you, to respect you. You also need to treat her with respect. So when you understand each other, it enables you to build this culture of mutual respect and honor in the marriage. And then you are able to offer effective support and encouragement when you understand each other. You can support each other. You can encourage each other. You can speak life to each other. When one is passing through any type of stress, you can offer sufficient good support. I've seen a family where the man is passing through stress in the office, but he cannot tell the wife. So how do you, specific ways now of demonstrating understanding, demonstrating an understanding of your spouse. Now I want to be specific and give some guidelines on that. How do you know that you understand your spouse? Now the foundation is in your communication. How do you talk to each other? How do you address each other? When this person is talking, do you listen? You know, there's a difference between hearing something and understanding something. You can hear it, you may not understand. You only understand when you listen. So, and when you listen, it means you listen attentively. As this person is talking, you are following the train of thought. You are following it, you are following it. You can understand what that person is saying. In some families, they don't listen to each other. This one is shouting, this one is screaming. And then the children are the ones say, Dad is okay now, Mommy is okay now. It becomes something else. At the end of the day, all the shout and the screams will amount to nothing because she didn't hear what he said, and he didn't hear what she said. So, everybody just making noise. No. So when you want to talk, you want to listen very well. And let me say this, that if you have something serious to discuss with your spouse, look for the right time. Look for the right time. If your spouse likes premier speaking, you keep quiet. When communication, honestly, in many places, it requires some form of training. Because you are communicating with some people, they are talking and 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 talking. They won't even allow you to say anything. They are talking and talking and talking. It's not helpful like that. It's better when you say something, listen to the person. Because if you are talking and talking and talking and talking, what the other person wants to say, by the time you conclude, he has forgotten. I would just say, okay, have it your own way. So communication is very, very important. So that that is one way or specific way. So the way you communicate, when you communicate freely and lovingly, that is one way to demonstrate understanding your wife. Secondly is anticipating their needs. Being able to anticipate the need of your spouse. I was reading a few days ago, a woman that said that she had been driving her car for 5 years. That she doesn't know the way to any mechanic. She only knows their name. That in that 5 years, she can only remember twice that she ever entered to the filling station to fuel the car. The whole thing is arranged. So the man is able to anticipate their need. For all the years that we were in Mina, my wife was driving Sienna. How fuel enters, how just to enter and drive. How fuel enter the car, she doesn't know. So one day, she just said, she was discussing with a friend, and said that in her life, she has one angel, Gabriel. She has one angel, Gabriel, who does that for her. She doesn't know. So being able to anticipate the need of your spouse is very important. It adds value to the marriage. It's not for you to be thinking of yourself alone. You can, okay, in 2 days' time, because really at that time, I will just tell her that the mechanic is coming to pick the car. Or well, whether the tires need to be changed. I'm the one that will decide whether the tire needs to be changed or not. So being able to anticipate the need of your spouse is very, very important. And you know that means that you are thinking about him, you're thinking about her. You're not just building life around yourself. You are building life around the two of you. So it's not that you are building only around your children. The man is building around the children, the woman is building around the children. By the time you finish the building, and it looks as beautiful as CTC Treasure City, and then the building will move away. We japa to Canada. And then you are left on your own. So it's good to be able to be proactive and anticipate the needs and preferences of your spouse. The third way to show an understanding of your wife or your husband is to support their dreams and their aspirations. Marriage is not a place where dreams and aspirations where they sink, where they disappear. It's a place to flourish. It's a place to grow. So you need to discuss I've seen a family that crashed because the woman was a chartered accountant before they got married. And she said she had dreams and hopes. When they got married, the woman said, no, you cannot work. You cannot work because you're having children. You cannot work. And it was boiling in her heart. There's this desire. I didn't become a chartered accountant. I'm not a chartered mom. I'm not a chartered mother. I'm a chartered accountant. They didn't know how to manage it. Eventually, that marriage crashed. So don't see a marriage as a place where once you now get married, all your dreams, all your aspirations, all that you wanted to be while you are growing up, all that you study in school, that's the place the whole thing will crash. No. Each of you need to support the other. Now, I understand that during childbearing, there may be need for you to adjust one or two things. But it's not to abandon it altogether. It's to ensure that your wife, your husband, they're able to have a sense of fulfillment in life. So, and you need to support it. You need to support it. See, if you support the dreams of your spouse, you will see how the joy and the fulfillment that marriage will have. So, to show that you understand your spouse, you support their dreams, their aspirations, and they're able to pursue their God-given talents. God-given talents to have a sense of fulfillment. And then the other thing is that you need to see the world through the eyes of your spouse. Try and understand her perspectives or his perspectives. Why does he see things this way? Or why does she think this way? Remember I mentioned that when it comes to a person's perspective, it's a function of the upbringing. If somebody grows from a poor background, I mean very, very poor background, two things can show up. Number one, that person may know how to manage. You still know how to manage. It can. And sometimes you find that even when there is abundance, when you see somebody who's a miser, some people are misers that you cannot get 5 naira out of their hands. It's not that they don't have the money. 5 naira. Study the background. That's one way. But you find some people that because they come from a poor background, now they want everybody to know that I'm free. I'm free. And they don't know how to manage money. So you need to study the background and know why this person is thinking this way, why this person is feeling this way. And then their personality. You need to study the personality. You need to understand the personality. Some of these things may be repetitive, but if you give time that you really want to study this person, that's why I said at the beginning that once you step into marriage, you are stepping into a school. Into a school. Be ready to study. And your spouse is your course. I know the interesting thing is that you will study that course till the last day. It's not a place where you graduate. From time to time, you begin to discover new things. Okay, the reason is that your spouse is evolving the way you are evolving. So both of you are evolving. And so new courses are coming out. New discoveries are coming out. So both of you are growing. So that is one way. And then understanding your differences. The way men process information or the way men think is different from the way women think. It's completely different. So you have issues if you want your wife to think like you. One interesting scene that I've seen, that somebody who explained it, is that men think in boxes. In boxes. When he's at work, is the box, career box, that is open. The family is locked. The other thing is locked. This one is, everything is locked. It's only that one that is open. So by the time he leaves the office, he closes that box. So it's only one box that is open at a time. That is why you see a man can go to work, he can go to the office in the morning. He may not remember to call the wife until he comes back in the evening. Because that box is locked. The box of family is closed. Until when he finishes, when he comes back, when he opens it. But a woman has only one box for everything. Only one box. Everything is jam-packed together. So the way a man processes information, that's why if you talk to a woman, if you talk to your wife, say, what happened? Say nothing. Some men say nothing. Since you have said nothing, you close the box. He's going to do something else. When you now talk, I ask you say nothing now. What is it? Unless you talk, you need to understand this. When you understand this, you know that it's not always like that. So you force yourself as a man to make sure that several boxes are open. Several boxes are open. There's a young man, when he came to visit me around 8 p.m. So I have his family, how's the wife, this and that. I don't know, casually I just asked him, I said, since you left home, have you spoken to your wife today? He said, no. Why? You have not spoken to her? Oh, yeah, call her now. Call her now. So he called her. How are you? This and that, this and that. So when we met in church the following Sunday, the wife said, okay, he told the wife that he was with me. So when we met in church, he came to me and said, my husband called on Thursday that he was with you by 8 p.m. I knew that you must have been the one who told him to call me. I know you must have been the one. Because when the wife asked him, he didn't confess. He said, I call you now. He said, I know you are the one who told him to call me. So you need to understand how men process information. And then there's one important area that I want to emphasize, that men are usually logical. They think they are logical, they are solution-oriented. I remember I was in an office some time ago in Ikeja. I needed them to get me some documents. And they were saying, the document is here. They say it's on this laptop. The document is there. And they were pushing it. I said, my friend, just give me document. Whether it's whichever laptop it is, I don't want to know. Men are usually logical and solution-driven. But women are expressive. If you are going out, for a man, it's enough to say, I'm going out. I'll be back by 3 o'clock. That's enough for a man. For a woman, which car are you taking out? Is it the white car or the blue car? Which road are you going? Is it Tominla Bridge or Ikorodu Road? A woman needs a lot of information. Although I've seen two men also who are, their own family is completely different. It's the man who gives a lot of information. It's the woman who doesn't like so much information. But generally, a woman needs a lot of information. And men can easily develop information overload. When you talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, my friend, which one is this again now? So you need to understand this. So when the woman is talking, you know, sometimes when I'm discussing with my wife and she's giving a lot of information, oh my God, I just need to. I remember in Mina, you say she was selling Coca-Cola in bulk. Just tell me that Coca-Cola have come to deliver. That's all. But to not tell me the color of the truck that they brought and the name of the driver who brought so those are basic things that we need to understand about our spouses. So understand that if your spouse needs a lot of information, just pray to endure the information. And you who give too much information, pray to reduce the information just 50% so that you can come to the center. And then men need respect and appreciation and intimacy. As a woman, don't deny your husband. One of the things we ask in prenatal counseling is, are you sure you can respect this man? If during your courtship, already you sense that this person you cannot respect him, I beg, don't go into it. Because, you see, during courtship, you can call yourself anything. You can, hey, James, come here. Oh, yeah, sit down. Now, courtship be that too. When marriage enter, it will change. So you now discover that what you ordered will be different from what is delivered. So men need that feeling of respect. And I tell you, when a man feels respected at home, he can handle disrespect outside. But if in his home he feels disrespected, you are hurting his soul. Men need respect. They need appreciation. A man wants to have that sense of value that I'm appreciated in this place. And women also have their own needs. Women need attention. Attention. And they need affection and security. A woman needs to feel secured in a relationship. And when you talk about security, it goes beyond financial security. It includes emotional security. And it includes spiritual security. She needs to know that I am secured in this relationship. I have nothing to fear. I have nothing to fear. So once this is in a relationship, you see that you build an understanding that will sustain your marriage, that sustain your home for a very long time. And you need to know your spouse, what makes your spouse happy, what makes your spouse sad, what annoys your spouse, what puts your spouse under stress. You need to know all those things, and you know the dreams and aspirations, and how does your spouse want to be loved? How does she want to be loved? It's one of the questions I ask couples also. In this marriage, do you feel loved? Do you have that feeling from inside of you that your husband loves you? There are women who don't have that feeling. One woman said that, I don't think he loves me as much as he loves his mother. So we have to start exploring all those areas to clarify it. And sometimes you find the woman, so she doesn't feel loved and accepted and valued in a marriage. Such a marriage does not have understanding, and it will be a marriage that is filled with stress. So it's important to know that. And then you need to know the spiritual gift of your spouse and ensure that you help your spouse to grow and develop those spiritual gifts. We have taught this several times here that there is no Christian born again who does not have a spiritual gift. There's, at least you have one. Some people have 3, they have 4. At least you must have one. If you don't have it, find a way to know it, to identify it, to discover it. We have had several teachings on it. And when you identify it, spiritual gift does not grow on its own. It needs nurture. It needs support. And so both of you, you support the spiritual gift of each other. You support it to grow. So that as you are showing understanding in the things of the world or in secular matters, you also show understanding in spiritual matters. And all this will be based on sacrificial love. Love that you can go to any length for your spouse. You can go to any length. When you are in a relationship where you know your spouse can go to any length to secure you, there's a way you feel valued in that relationship. So all these things based on love. So as I conclude, I want to say that understanding your spouse is a long journey. It's not a destination that you arrive at after 5 years. You can't say after 5 years, now I understand that there's nothing again. You will always find new things. As each of you evolves, that's how you need to continue to build that understanding. So it's a journey, and you must be ready to do it continuously. You're always showing interest. You're showing interest. You are being together. When you see a couple celebrating 50 years of marriage, you need to ask them how the journey has been. It's because they have been able to build an understanding and they understand each other. To the point of almost thinking alike. Because by the time you stay long, your thought processes will begin to align. You can always think alike. Sometimes my wife wants to say something, will say, this is what I want to say, and this is what I know your response will be. And it's always correct. Women, it's always correct. So it's because of that. So in order to continue in this process, I want to add that you need to pray together and for each other in order to build this understanding that the Lord himself, who is the foundation of marriage, God himself, who is the author of marriage, will bind you together and help you to grow in this. And if you need counsel, please ask for counsel. If there's any issue, any stress, or you are finding it difficult, you cannot build this type of understanding, ask for counsel. Hausa man says that the person who asks for direction can never get lost. It's only if you don't ask for direction, you can get lost. If you don't want to get lost, you need to ask for direction. Don't feel too... I've had a couple say that in this marriage, whatever happens, we'll never engage anybody. I pray God will help you. But what you could solve with a simple information, simple counsel, you could struggle with it for 10 years. So if you need counsel, you need counsel. So as couples in this place, I want to challenge you that this week commit to one specific action. Think as couples, what one thing that you will do to this week to show that you understand your spouse. I want you to think about it. What is that thing you will do this week? Either to confirm or to show it, to demonstrate to your spouse that you understand him or her. And if there's need for you to have honest conversation, please feel free and discuss freely. It's just between the two of you. Feel free and discuss freely. In what ways have I been hurting you? What can I do to make you loved? What can I do to make you valued? What can I do to help you grow? What can I do to help you flourish in this marriage and in life? And as you do that, you see that the Holy Spirit himself will help you and will guide you in the name of Jesus. Shall we pray? Father, we thank you for every man.